We are here in the final day of Fyuz 22 and I'm here with Kingston Smiler, who is a CEO of PALC Network. So Kingston, tell us about PALC Networks and what are you showing here?
We are a professional services company providing professional services in the area of networking, cloud, and to some extent to the security as well. We are getting into the new generation of system integration support as well as solution engineering as a portfolio. And we are helping a lot of providers as well as vendors in putting their boxes as well as solutions together and run it as a complete solution, right? So coming to the fact that if you really see the disaggregation ecosystem, so you have software vendors, hardware vendors, distributors, ASIC vendors, and then the cloudifications completely make the network functions as a separate functions running across the COTS-based systems. So what happens, you really need a one eye or one neck to choke approach wherein everything has to be taken care by somebody, right? So that's where actually we specialized. Coming from a professional services background with a software development approach, so we easily position ourselves in that ecosystem and connect all the dots together and provide a complete solution to the providers or enterprises or whatnot for whomsoever is trying to move towards this distributed, disaggregated networking model.
Which tip groups does your company participate in?
So if you really see, PALC has been in TIP and the open source community for last 3 to 4 years. And we started our participation in the ONF and then we started getting in the TIP. And basically we participate in 3 different groups, the open optical packet transport group and the open Wi-Fi group and then the test and validation group as well, okay? And in the packet optical group, so we held the co-chair position for one of the subgroup inside the group called OOPT NAS, which basically we are trying to develop a network operating system targeted for a packet optical transponder in a OLS system. So along with NEL and NEC, we are one of the major contributors, software contributor for that particular group.
Talking about all this disaggregation and diversification, how do you think that's affecting the industry and how is your company driving this change?
If you really see, the disaggregation was, I would say that when we started this company, disaggregation was a buzzword, but everybody was afraid of picking it up, right? Because people really don't know what they are getting in actually. Now, most of them really knows about it, what is the disaggregation is about, and the what I would say, the quick thing is basically what we are seeing in this complete arena and what is happening in the summit like OCP and other places, right? So it is becoming a reality right now, but there are definitely a lot of challenges over there because disaggregation or any abstraction does not come very easily, right? Because you are open for multiple things. Now there will be too many players coming in. You need to have one umbrella which unites basically all these players and how to just make sure that what the industry needs, all these players are coming together and providing it, right? That's where actually TIP is providing an amazing job and bringing the operators, bringing the vendors, creating a community, understand the requirements and make sure that all the vendors participation and they are able to validate inside a particular solution, right? So what we are doing, so our vision is very similar to TIP. What TIP is providing as a solution or as a community for the vendors and operators, we are trying to make it more practicalize it, right? So we go one step ahead, talk to the vendors, understand the problems. For example, I'll just take an example, right? A new vendor comes to a market, a ODM vendor comes to a market. Now he has to basically talk to multiple people. He has to have some representation in the open source community. He need to understand how the NAS really works, where exactly I'm going to position my box, how I'm going to get the badging, validation of my solutions. So all these things are challenge for him, right? So being in this industry and having a very good ecosystem inside this industry, we help these kind of vendors. Okay, you have something, come to us. We help you in basically completely validating your solution and we can get you a badge in the TIP. And the ones they get the badge, they are listed in the operators can see them and they can easily pick them. Same thing with respect to operators as well. When operator wanted to pick a particular solution, they wanted to move from a traditional way of networking towards a disaggregated model. So we help them in doing it because it's not a plug and play, right? You have something, you cannot just take it and remove it. A lot of integration points are there. The open source community might not address all the integration points. BSS system, OSS system, controller, OLS controllers, whatnot. So they have always the fear factor that how I'm going to do this actually, how I'm going to integrate this. That's where actually PALC comes in. We just talk to them, okay, we have a capability to develop plugins, layers, containers, whatnot, just to basically do a quick integration towards your system.
It looks like you probably had a busy Fuse 22. So what's your experience been so far?
It's amazing. It's amazing. Actually, if you really see, the tip community typically talks about the vendors as well as the operators so far. But this is the first time we are seeing a lot of talk about the system integrators. Whichever the event I'm stepping in, people are talking about system integrators. Being it be Open Run is going to be a big beast actually. Probably, if you talk about that, we can talk for another 1 hour about the Open Run, the system integration ecosystem. So this is going to be a major challenge for the industry right now, and people are really recognizing it. And we have spoken to multiple operators for the last two days, and some of the vendors we are speaking to them and how to basically address these challenges for them. So we have lots to do. We have to go back and revisit whomsoever the customer we have talked, connect with them and try to find how we can help them in solving their problems.
So my final question is, what's your favorite cuisine?
Probably being a vegetarian, especially outside India, I treat me as a vegetarian, whatever the reason it is. I would say that some Thai cuisines, I like it very much.
I'm a big fan of Thai green curry and Thai red curry as well. So great. So Kingston, thanks for talking to us and thanks for explaining all the things that PALC Network does. Great to speak to you. Thanks and enjoy the rest of the event. Cheers.